Hey all. Um, yeah, it's been a while. It's been over. So it's a week to the day since I've completed the marathon. Yeah, spoiler alert, I finished it. Yeah, geez, where do I start? I suppose I'll go back to when we arrived in Chicago. Like we flew out from Dublin Airport on on Tuesday, 11:30. We arrived in Chicago around just after lunch. It was like 2 o'clock, half two. Chicago, and just got settled. Went to the air. Went to the Went to the hotel. Lovely hotel we were staying in. The Ambassador Hotel. Lovely. Like I was like it was just you could walk up to the city, walk up to the Magnificent Mile, I think they called it, and Magmwell, and we didn't really need to use taxis and stuff like that. We could walk everywhere. Could walk down to the front, down to the lake and sort of run up there. So yeah, the first evening I got there. I don't know. I that night I don't know if I got dinner. I got settled. So I done a little 5K shakeout. Felt good. I suppose I was probably in a little bit of a high and things that all went really well. Um, then the Wednesday we started on went down to the outlets and stuff like that. Done a bit of shopping and things like that. That was a lot of big day in the feet. The jet lag started to kick in then, or the travel I think started to kick in then. Like I went for I had to do a pickup then that evening. It was like a 10K, 6K easy with a 4K pickup. It's a steady pace, and I just couldn't get it. I was like wrecked. My legs just felt so heavy, and I was frustrated. I was like, oh no, like a steady pace was maybe 20 seconds off what I was hoping to do for my marathon. So I was like, oh no, this isn't gonna go. This isn't gonna go well. So I was very frustrated that night. My legs were heavy and sore. I was like, oh, I was worried. I was like, oh no, I'm after doing too much. I didn't give myself enough rest. Didn't taper enough. All sorts of stuff was going through my mind. So that night sort of went back, took it real easy, bed early. I woke up. We were still on Irish time, so I was like we were waking up at like 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. Which I didn't mind to an extent because I had to be up so early for Sunday and the marathon, so that didn't really bother me. So we got up Friday. I was like trying to recover the leg, so I had to go to the expo. Went to the expo. Wow, what an experience! We got an Uber down again. It was just yeah. It was like we went in. The signposts weren't where we got dropped off in the Uber. Like we ended up walking around into the back of the building, and we got stopped by security. Go around this way and this and the other. So it was a bit like like a signpost to turn left back there would have saved a bit of hassle. Just little things like that. But to be fair, we got in, got to security, flew to security, checked the bags. Like we didn't really have any big bags. Like Kerrie was with me. She had her handbag, so they didn't really count that as a big bag to go through security. Went through. Uh, I went and I got my race day number, my bib, picked up all that stuff, got that pack. Then went because I had also signed up for the 5K on the Saturday. There was the Chicago 5K shakeout sort of run, so I went and got that. Got my 5K beanie. That's somewhere downstairs. Um, got loads of photos. Being a proper tourist. I'll flash up a few photos as we go through, like as I each day or whatever. Loads of photos, like just like my Instagram. I'd say people that follow me on Instagram are like, oh Jesus, and he gives a break, like. Um, so we did that. Went to the pickup. Had a wander around. Went and got. Then once we did that, I actually went and got a T-shirt and our bag stuff for the day for like I suppose the clear bag for putting your gear in. Went and got my T-shirt, double checked the size, was happy with that. And then went around the expo. So I wanted to experience all that. Like there was a lot of different stuff there, like Saucony were there, Nike were there. Nike had the biggest setup there. Like oh yeah, that was the thing. I went to Nike. So when we got there on the Wednesday, on Tuesday, the first thing I actually went down to Nike and picked up all the gear. Spent a small fortune. Like this is the cap I bought. I have a hoodie. I've long sleeve t-shirts, long sleeve running tops, a windbreaker. I spent a small fortune on Nike. The Nike branding or management or marketing team made a killing on me. But yeah, so I did that. So I didn't bother. I suppose then back at the expo, I didn't bother going into Nike at the expo. Had a look at our runners, a few, but there like you could get there was nothing like there's no nothing special like. The queue for Nike was mad. So we then went Saucony, picked up a lovely singlet from Saucony with Chicago on it, and picked up that. Kerrie picked up a t-shirt off Saucony. I went to the Under Armour. Under Armour was flat out. Like the Under Armour gear is nice, really nice. I like started to jump back then to the outlets. We went to the outlets. We've been to the outlets in a few different states with Florida and things like that. Florida's outlets are unbelievable. Like their top deals are great. But when we went to Chicago outlets, we drove out there on the Wednesday. Deals are okay. Nike is gone expensive. I don't think the deals are as good. Years ago when we travelled to America, used to get great deals in Ralph Lauren. But Ralph Lauren got really expensive, so nobody really got. And Tommy then became, oh yeah, Tommy gives you great deals. And I think Nike's gone the same way. Nike's gone like the deals aren't as good. So like Under Armour, whopper deals. Kerrie's all about Adidas, like loves the Adidas. Like I think Nike from an outlet. Sorry, I know I'm jumping a bit at the post here, but just this is a quick point. If anyone's going shopping and going to the outlets, go into Nike, have a look, see if there's any deals. But yeah, I think they've gone too expensive. Like shorts were still like running shorts were still 50, 60 bucks. And I gone, that's not a deal. Like so I went to Adidas. I got a lovely pair of Adidas the Terex, their trail running shorts for like 25, 30 bucks. Like, and they're savage, nice and light. They have a few pockets in them, just enough for your phone, a couple of gels, mint like. And I'm kicking myself and get a second pair. Under Armour savage deals as well. Anyway, sorry. So I got back to jumping. Anyway, back to the expo. So yeah, Under Armour were out the door, and then we were wandering by and we seen On, and I've always wanted to try on and have a look. Try on, huh? Oh yeah, no pun intended. But yeah, so I ended up picking up a pair of these. They're the Cloud Monster or Monster Cloud. By On, and I got a running cap now. I haven't tried. But these are actually what I think these are a great casual shoe, like for walking around, walking the dog and things, like walking buddy and things like that. I think they're great. Yeah, Cloud Monster. Sorry, treating them there, Cloud Monster. You can't see that, but anyway, so I picked up a pair of these. So they're like €180 here, and they're like $170. And then with the exchange rate, so they came out grand. But like you were at the expo, you weren't going to get great deals, but they're so comfortable. Like they're like for like I've done a little 5K run in them that evening, and I've been using them just for everything else, walking around in and things like that. So yeah, all about the On runners at the moment. I didn't run in the marathon in them. I stuck to the Hoka Mac X's. I'm going on great with them. They're just sitting down there. Still, I'll stick with the Hokas. These are just a lovely casual shoe, I think. So yeah, I picked up them and nice On running cap, which is actually just there in the background. That's it there. Nice colour. I like the sort of the colour. Sits a bit odd, but I think it actually sits better that way. But anyway, sorry, it's not a fashion show. Well, maybe it is. So yeah, done that. Went to the expo, done a good couple of loops, make sure we didn't miss anything. They had loads of gels and different stuff like that. Cliff bars were there, biofreeze stuff, like loads and loads of stuff. But I was sort of apprehensive of going near any of their gels and stuff like that because I'd only trained with my own SIS gels. These ones just here. Use them. I actually did. I know they say don't try it and do on race day, but I got this for free. Mega Babe Toy Rescue. It's like a anti-chafing cream. So I do chafe in my chestal area, for the politely. So I just doused myself in that for the marathon and I had no issues. Like it was grand. So I must see if I can pick this stuff up here. See, that's the problem when you get all these, you pick up great stuff across the pond. Like when you go find it in Ireland, it's sort of nearly not here. But this stuff was found is very good. That was one thing that I sort of did that was out of my norm. Yeah, so that was the expo. That was the Friday. So I went back to the hotel then, took it easy, went for dinner down with the family. It was nice. Just got like did we get? Yeah, we just got something. I think we got pasta or something in one of the restaurants or something. No, I didn't actually. We went for pizza. I think we went for pizza that night. It was lovely. We went deep dish pizza. We recommended a place to go by a friend of ours in lives in New Jersey. There, Dennis. Shout out to Dennis and Julie. They put us onto a pizza joint, and it was deep dish pizza, and it was gorgeous, gorgeous place. So we went there. Then Saturday was the 5K shakeout, which I sort of used as the recce then as well, because my plan was to get the DL, I keep calling it the Metro or the Lewis or whatever, the train, the subway, down to Grant Park, because it started near where the marathon was going to start. So I got up early. It was a 7:30 start for the 5K. Got up, got on the L. I tried to tap with my phone. You can tap to go through the thing, and it wouldn't work. It wouldn't tap for whatever reason. I was like, oh no. And to be fair to the staff there, they're like, oh, you're running. I was like, yeah. And she goes, come through this way. I let you through, sure. And then turned out it was free for us the next morning. She goes, there's no point in you getting anything. I let you through. So that was really nice. I was like, okay, cool. So I tapped. I didn't have to tap. She let me through. And then on the way, got there, got the L down, and I was like, right, this is the stop I need to get, because I was trying to like sort of do a sort of recce for the Sunday for the marathon. So I was like, right, I went to the same train station. Now the train station I went to, I had to get to Harrison, but for the 5K you're better off getting off on Jackson, which is I started in Clark and Davis, and so Jackson was a little bit closer to us, but I wanted to like sort of just at least know where I was going for fun. So I went on to Harrison. Like all the runners that were on the train that morning got off, and they're looking at me going like, where's that man going? Like, he's clearly running, but is he doing the 5K or not? I stayed on, just went to the next one, just for my own. I wanted to figure out where I was going. So did that, got down to the park, got to the 5K. Jesus, thousands of people doing the 5K. Yeah, 5K was savage. Like, the one thing I did notice, like, it was my pace. I took it easy. It was like a 5:40-ish. Like, I was just out to enjoy it. Like, and that, to be fair, there's a good crowd there. I think I was like, oh, geez, this is the 5K, and there was a good crowd. Like, I can only imagine what tomorrow was going to be like. I was like taken away at how many people were just there the day before for the 5K. And to be fair, they're like, oh, take it easy now, guys. You just have tomorrow. They're just randomers. And I was like, oh, yeah, sound nice one. And everyone cheering you on. Like, some people took off. Like, I think I was up near the front. I don't know how I managed to get up near the front, but I did. I just took a handy, stuck to my pace, enjoyed the run up to the city. Got this is cool. Sort of trying to soak it all in. Done the 5K. Happy it was because of 28. I think I might have it here actually. Sorry, I've me another screen here, and I have it up on me up on the screen. So 5K, yeah, it was 28:34, and the average was 5:54, which is mint. Like, it was easy. It was like, well, not it was handy. It was like easy pace. Like, it wasn't my easiest pace, but like it was grand. Yeah, took it easy. Didn't really just took it real nice and beginner. Like, yeah, it was according to Garmin, it was 4 kilometers 97. 4.97. Yeah, so it was grand. It was like, according to Garmin, that was tempo as well. I probably went a little bit too fast, but anyway. So that was grand. Like, I wasn't gonna do it because my legs are so heavy. I was hemming and hawing about doing it because I was so worried that, like, oh no, I'm after burning myself out here. I haven't tapered enough and things like that. And I was like, do you know what? Go out, see how you feel. So I went, done the 5K. It felt grand, felt great. It was like, great, you know what? Mint. It was a bit of a confidence booster that I needed, because I just knocked my confidence so badly on the Thursday with the not being able to. On the Wednesday, not being able to do the session like I was meant to do. So I was like, great. Grand, happy days. Went back, done the same thing on the train, and got lucky again. One of the staff let me back through because the tap still wasn't working. So then I just went back, took it easy. We went out for dinner that night in Gibson's Steakhouse. It was lovely. Really nice place. One thing I will just say about Chicago is Chicago is a stunning city. Like, where we were staying, it's beautiful, really clean, felt really safe, no issues at all. We could walk everywhere. Like, it was a lovely city, really nice. I got back again in a heartbeat. drink is pricey. Like I wasn't drinking at this stage. I like on Sunday I had a couple of beers just because I hadn't been drinking in months or whatever. But like the guy, my wife and my mother-in-law and her sister-in-law, they were drinking Tito's, and like it was a tenner for a Tito's in most places, but 15 for a Tito's in Gibson's, which is pricey. Like it's because you're only get a dash of Coke and a vodka now, and like fair enough. So just the drink on top of the dinner, like if you went out for dinner, like you'd want to have $100+ in your pocket, like, and that's like we were like it wasn't like we were fine dining like all the time. We fine dined twice maybe, but like I say fine dining, was they're nice restaurants, like they weren't like Michelin, but they were nice, like anyway, I digress. So that was sort of Saturday. Yeah, then sort of took it real easy Friday, watched the college football all day, sort of mooched around the hotel room. Um, yeah, that was it really, took a handy. And then Sunday, race day. So woke up early again. Had me kit all laid out, I suppose, the night before. Then Sunday, got up early. I got up at 4 5, got everything ready. I I was hemming and hawing about bringing a bag for gear, and I'm glad I did in the end, because I was gonna like I've a running belt and shorts I can take to jail and stuff like that, and I had my own water, and I was like, oh, do I need a bag check? And it was more hassle than it was worth, but yeah, it was. And for the end of the race, it was grand. The weather was lovely. Like for I suppose being from Ireland, you're used to that little bit colder, the overcast days. It was like 12 degrees race morning, I think it was, which was perfect for us. It was overcast. It was grand. I didn't notice the weather at all, and that's one thing I sort of think, like people say, if you don't notice it, it didn't affect you. So I think it's not like you're like, so it was just like it was mint. I found it was mint. So we got there. Same again. The L was free, so got on the L, went down to Harrison, got off. Crowds just I've never seen. Well, the amount of people was just unreal. And to be fair to Chicago, like the logistics side of it was like, now there's a queue to get into security, which was fair enough, like into the park. Uh, and so we got in, no problem, got into the park. I was lucky in a way, like we were in wave 3K, so like our bag drop like was the orange gear drop, and it was right close to where the wave was starting. So I just sort of hung around there. I did, I suppose, before I left the hotel. I was like, I was up so early. I was like, oh, will I want it? So I ended up having an electrolyte and water. I'm not sure if that comes back to bite me in the ear. That we're still trying to figure out about that, but I'll get to that in a minute later on, as the story goes on. So yeah, so started grand. A lot of people just hanging around the corral. Like we were there. I was there for early. Like my wave wasn't to go till 8:35. So we were an hour after the elites went and the wheelchairs went. So they went at 7:30. Or I think wheelchairs went at 7:15, and then the elites went at 7:30, I think. And then it was like 8 o'clock for wave 2, and then we were wave 3 who went at 8:35. So there was a screen there. The national anthem went. You could see it start after the elites, and then so I was sort of warming up and doing my bits and pieces, sort of. And then I know, like, I ended up walking up right up to the very front of the corral, and I was sort of at the very front. I was like, well, I'm here now. So I was like, okay, grand. So chatting to a few of the volunteers, like, everyone was so nice, like, it was unbelievable. Chatting to different runners and where they were from and all this type of stuff. And so then the corral supervisor comes up and she's chatting away. She goes, right guys, yous are going to be the start. And I was like, what do you mean the start? She goes, we need you to help, because when we put the rope out, we need you to hold it, and you walk at our pace. I was like, oh, well, fair enough. She goes, and then you're like, oh, you get your own start. And I was like, what do you mean? I was like, what do you mean? She goes, yeah, because you would, so this, I didn't know this at all until like 5 or 10 minutes before the start of the run, that where each wave gets their own start time. I didn't, it was my first marathon, I never knew that. But she goes, yous are going to be the very front of it. And I was like, oh, happy days, win-win. So we were there, it was about 8:10. whatever it was, and you could see wave 2 would start making it move, and they're going, right, we're going to start bringing these up now. Like we were wave 3K, so then there was K, L, M, N, and P, or whatever. But you could see so we were here, we were sort of there, and then, or here, or whatever, and then, I'm trying to explain it, but then you could see there was like side roads, and you could see that was L, K, and they were all L, N, O, P, whatever. They were all sort of off the main road. So when we went by, they were then slotted in behind us onto the main road in Grand Park. And to be fair to them, they walked us up really slowly. Then we got we got handed over to this other fella called Bill. Seemed like a bit of a character. And anyway, so he was like, right guys, walk with me, walk this pace. We'll get you there on time. Don't go past this point here, or your tracking will kick in, because we have the chip in your bib number. So he walked us up, and he goes, right, we're going to take away the rope, and the volunteers walk away. So he goes, use it at the front of the line now. And we're like, all right, fair enough. So we walked up real slowly. The music was gone. Oh, the atmosphere was just unbelievable. Like, it was electric, like unreal. So then we sort of got a countdown. Like, and I'm looking, I was like, this is fucking. So it turns out there was a TV camera there. So it turns out Kerrie's sister was at home watching. Because Kerrie was going to mile 4, was going to see me at mile 4, so she was already sort of heading out that way. But Kerrie's sister was able to see. She's like, "There's Andy," and there it was on the TV, because we got her on there, which was really cool. I've been trying to find it, but I can't find it on the internet. But I've seen a couple of little blurry photos. Me going, that's because I knew what colour my boob was and where I was. You could make it like. If I was to show you, you're like, who? That's not you. But anyway. So yeah, so that took off, and then it was just savage, like. So it was just, yeah, took a handy, went to the pace I wanted to go. I ended up getting it's gone now, thankfully. I was eventually washed it off, but I got a pace sort of temporary tattoo thing, so it was gone for 350s, but it was in miles. So I was like, okay, grand, just run to what you feel is like 5:30ish a kilometre, because that's what you've been training in, and just reference the miles. So sure enough, I was running through, and the crowds were just wow. And so I was just so I was out the front, because I was at the front of the wave, because my pace, I should have been in wave 2. When I applied, I should have, my pace I was aiming for should have bumped me up into wave 2, but that's just, it was my first marathon, I didn't know that. So I was sort of just that little bit, I say naturally quicker, like air quotes, like just a little bit quicker than the people I was with, because their time they were putting in that crowd was probably closer to their actual time. So I was sort of like, oh yeah, grand, happy days, I look around, going, and now a few people blitz by me. I was like, oh, they're flying. I was like, this is fair play to them. I was just tipping along, grand, this is my time. So I got to the mile 1, it was 8 minutes 6 or 8, yeah, it was 8:06, and I looked down, I was like 10 seconds ahead. I was like, mint, grand, let's hold this. So yeah, and I sort of ticked along like that, and then just the crowd, you at the start, the way it sort of starts, the crowd, the spectators can't really get you, but then when you go under a bridge within the first 500 meters, I'd say, and then you come up out of that, and it's just people, just wall to wall spectators, and they, from then on, it's just non-stop noise, like people just cheering you on, and it was just like the support. I've never ever experienced anything like it. It was unbelievable. If you like, I know this is my first marathon now. I ended up bumping into a friend of mine I haven't seen in years, and I'm through scouts, and he's done a few marathons, and he goes, and you nearly spoiled yourself getting this one first, because Chicago's the best one for the support. And like, if I was blessed that I was able to, the first ever marathon in Chicago, and experience it. It was unbelievable, the crowds. The weather was perfect, there was no rain on them. It was cold. Now you could see people were cold because they were standing around. Because we were moving, we were a little bit warmer, obviously. But it was just wall to wall noise, just constantly cheering you on, all the way from start to finish. It did not stop, and it was just wow. You go through each 29 neighborhoods, I think you hit. Like, there's 3 or 4 neighborhoods that jumped to mind, only because I know their names now. Like, there was like, and they're going through Chinatown. where these aren't like in the route are probably all over the place. But like Chinatown, you come around the car China, and it's just like they have the drums and all out, and they're just you're like whoa, this is unbelievable, and they're just like just on a high, like on an absolute high. And then I'm running along through the park, and I look, and I was like going, oh, Kafuzi, the YouTuber, and I was like, holy shit! I was thinking to myself, going, because I was passing by, I was thinking to myself, going, why is he just back here? Is he not quicker than this? So I said hello to him, fist bump, told him I loved his channel, and moved on. But then it turned out he was trying to become the 1 million finisher. He'd sort of estimated, he looked up the times and the placing of where he reckoned the 1 million finisher would be. So that's what he was trying to do. I only found that out later when I was watching his YouTube channel, because I was thinking to myself, going, this guy is like, I think he's a sub 3 hour or close to 3 hours. Like I'm trying to get sub 4 hours, and I was in good shape then. I was just sort of tipping by. I was like, oh, anyway, because that caught me on. So we went through the park, and that was amazing going through there. And then I found out later, we went to a place called Boys Town, and they were just in the session. They were just having a block party, and there was like 2 stands, and it was like transvestites, I presume. I presume, yeah, they were men dressed up as women, and they were just partying. And I was like, this is savage. This is just unreal. They're just having a party. And like, there were people handing people beers, and like people doing shots and all as they're running along. I was like, oh, I'd love a beer and I'd love a shot, but I don't think my stomach would take it. And like that was unreal. Then there was Old Town. Old Town was massive as well. It was just everywhere was just unbelievable. Like I just think of now, it's a week on now, and like still like just thinking back to the crowds and the people, like one thing one of the lads in the club had said to me, George, he's originally from Chicago, he's in Chicago 14, and he goes, Andy, try and get your name on your bib somewhere. No, I didn't. In hindsight, I will try and do it next time. I definitely will. Like, I might get another club, because I've ran them in club singlet. I might get a club singlet and get my name put on it, because like people were just running by, and if they knew your name, they were just like cheering you on. There was one, I'll never forget, one woman I was running by, Anne Marie wasn't it, and she was in the cave, she was in the pain cave, and everyone spotted her name, and they were just willing her on. Like, now we were early into the race this day, it was only early, and she looked like she was struggling, but hopefully she finished. But like if the crowd had anything to do, if anything to say about it, she was finishing. So yeah, so sort of cruise through. I remember looking at my watch like at 17k, at the 17k mark, going, Jesus, like that went well, like that like felt good, or it was 12k or something like that, and I was looking at it going, that flew by. Like it was an hour in, it was an hour and something in, so it was about 12, yeah, around 12ish k, 12, yeah, it was the 12k mark. And I looked down my watch, and I just sort of ticked over into the hour, and I was like going, this is going well. Felt great, just sort of soaking in the atmosphere, all good. Went through the half marathon at 1:48. I think it was my 3rd best marathon or something like that, according to Strava. All good, happy days, and just still chugging along. And I was watching the pace, banging on the pace. Maybe like every mile, I'd sort of 10 seconds, 20 seconds. I was like, oh, grand, yeah, no bother. Like, I'd not banked, but I was 10 or 20 seconds. Sometimes I was 30 seconds under where I was meant to be. And I was like, all right, grand, happy days. Chugging along, loving life. And then 30k came. And 30k, you're looking, if you go on to the Chicago, I don't know if it's still up, but on the Chicago tracker, they were tracking me. You can track everyone, obviously, but like it's all constant, like going bang 5k, because you get tagged every 5k. I'm pacing, and a few people, and it just got bang 5k, and it was all constant. Like it was 5:30s, 5:40, whatever, in and around that mark. It was all consistent. It was 8-minute mile, 8:06 miles, I think it was. So it's all consistent, and then bang 30k, and it was like the stock market just fell off, just went bang, just hit a wall, and that's what Kerrie had said to me, and a few other people had said to me in the car. They actually thought the app had frozen because I'd just fallen away, so just fell away. So what happened was my stomach had gone a bit iffy, And I was like, oh no, wouldn't have, as I said before, I wouldn't have had. I've had issues with my stomach before, um. So I don't know what, like, I don't know, Kerrie, and I suppose I agree with her to an extent. But we think it's because I've never had an electrolyte before the run, before the marathon, but I was up so early and I was overly compensating or cautious. I was lashing the water into me, like, and I was like, I'll have an electrolyte, sure, be grand. But like that's the only other thing. That's the only thing I'd never sort of like that I'd never done on a long run the morning before. I usually have an electrolyte after the run, which whatever. Sorry. So I was like, so I don't know what caused that. But one thing I will say is like every 2 miles, it felt like every 2 miles there was like aid stations constantly. Like it was like just like you were like, oh, I feel a little thirsty. You come around the corner, bang, there's an aid station. It was Gatorade first, then water. And then some of them had bananas and some of them had gels. No, I just took taking the water. Because I had my own gels and I was taking them bang on every 5k. I was like, gel. I was really cautious of that. I didn't want. So I don't know if I'd overdone it with the water. Because I took water. Like I had my own soft shell water with me, and I was taking water. Like the aid stations were so long, you could take a water at the start of the aid station, sip it away, and then take another cup at the end. And like, but you weren't rushing to get the first one down you. I'd usually get one or maybe two, sip one, throw one over me because I was just killing myself down, and then get a third to drink again. Like one be to sort of like try and kill myself down or whatever. But I don't know if I overdid it on the hydration. I don't know. You live and learn these things. Like so, the stomach went. I had to stop. Now there was obviously at the aid station there's bathrooms, so quick right hammer into the loo, grand, happy days. But with that as well, the left leg, all faithful, the old hip flexor started to get tight, and it just that was it. Then when I knew that when the leg came in, I was like, oh no. I was like, damn it. And I could see, like, I was watching the next miles and my pace was falling away. And I was like, shit, I'm not going to do what I want to do. And that was it. That was, like, I was like, okay, just finish. It was like, it gone to that stage. Because I had the Garmin race face on. So that was giving me, that was also when I got good signal. It was because I was lapping every 5k as well. So I was able to, it was giving me an accurate, it actually was quite accurate in the end, race time. So I seen that and I was like, right, grand, fair enough. It is what it is. And I just wanted to finish. So it was I got through the 30k, tried to pick the pace back up. The leg was just having none of it. It was just wrecked. I'm trying to get an appointment with a doctor. I think I might have broken a bone in my foot. I have a bad left foot, and anyway, I crushed it years ago. Trailer, like an A-frame of a trailer, fell and crushed it. So that's been sort of an ongoing sort of little issue I've been dealing with during training. Like I'm guaranteed arthritis with it. That's what the doctor told me. I've seen a specialist years ago, about 5 or 6 years ago, and he goes, "You're going to get arthritis in that foot, like it's a given." So I was like, so it's a known problem. So you just sort of you manage it best you can, and you just can own it. So, but like the hip flexor went that whole leg then started to just give up the ghost a little bit. So I was like, okay, fair enough. Let's just make a home and make it to the finish line. And it was a struggle. It was a struggle. The leg got heavy, tired, and I was like, I wouldn't let myself walk. I sort of got that to that pace. I was slow. I think I got to 11-minute miles at one stage. The pace just went like rock bottom. And in my head, I was like, right, I'm not going to sorry now. I'm just gonna get the pace up here. So I'm not. Chicago in here. So yeah. So if I scroll down here, it went to. So yeah. So in kilometers. Distance. Yeah. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So at the 30k mark, I sort of slowed down. So, like the first 5k was 5:54, so it's handy. That's what 5:45. Sorry, it was handy. Second one, Jesus, the second 5k was 5:23. The third 5k, so this is 15k in, was 5:22, and that's perfect. Fourth 5k was 5:23. So they're all fairly mint. Then the fifth 5k, this is where it gets a bit So it was 5:34. The sixth 5k was 5:46. And then the seventh 5k, this is where it all goes fucking pear shaped. It was 7:10. So I'd like, yeah, it just gone. Good luck. I've had enough. The eighth 5k, so this is what? 40. Oh, wait, no, sorry, that's 20, 25, 30, 35. Oh, yeah, so about 40k. Yeah, is that right? Yeah, sorry, it is, yeah. Yeah, sorry, it is. Maths, yeah. So, yeah, so the 40k mark, so from 35 to 40, it went to 509, and it was 510, yeah. And then the last 2k was the 724. So it was just, it didn't go to plan. But I still enjoyed every minute of it. Like the last, like we got like the 30, it was the 38k or 37k flash came up and thing. I was like, right, just a park run left, Andy, just a park run. I said that out loud, and a few people around me started laughing, going, yeah, we've only a park run left. And it was the longest park run I think I've ever done. It was tiring. It was tough. It was very tough. It was like, yeah, like look, like yeah, it was tough going. But like I got to the stage, I got, it was like I was wrecked. My legs were heavy, and I was like, right, don't walk, If you walked, in my head, this is what I was saying to myself, like, if you walk, you haven't run a marathon. You've completed a marathon, but you haven't ran one. And that's I wouldn't let. I seen people walking, and I was like, Jesus lads, come on, like it was just like, I was like I wouldn't been able to get myself up running again if I'd stopped. So I was like, if you don't keep running, you did not run a marathon. You completed a marathon, but you did not walk, you did not run one. So that's what I kept telling myself, and I was thinking about, at this stage I was sort of like, I think about my dad a lot. He's done a few marathons and stuff like that, and he passed away a couple of years ago. So like it was like, he was there willing me over the line as well. Like you just sort of, yeah, it was like you sort of, you got your mind and your head goes to like, yeah, like just finish. Any support will do. And yeah, so I was like, I was in a cave. I was in a pain cave, as they say. I was like, right, this is it now. This is where the shit hits the fan. Like, and that's what everyone had said to me. Because everyone was like, I had run up to 37k a couple of weeks ago. That all went mint, but I'd never done a marathon, and it is a different beast. Like, I will say that. I was like, oh yeah, I ran 37. I felt great, but yeah, it was like that when I got to 30k, whatever. Just the wheels fell off the thing. Big time. So yeah, so then I suppose you get to the last 2k, and you come around the corner, so it comes up, flashes like 40k, and you're on the thing, and like, this is one thing I'll never, like, it just astonishes me to go back to the crowd again. So you're coming around, you're about a k, 2k out, and it starts counting you down in meters or whatever at the last 100 or the last 800 meters, 1,000 meters. And I looked to the crowd, and like these, so we were, like, you have to remember, we started, so I'm 4 hours in now. Like like my finishing time is 4 hours 15:37, and like I'm immensely proud of that fact. Like, if you people that know me that watch this, like I was massive. I couldn't walk around the corner without blowing out. Like, my back would be sore. I just couldn't walk. Like, if someone goes to me, Andy, we're going for a walk somewhere, I'd be like, oh no, I can't, because I'll be sweating, I'll be back, I'll be sore, I won't be able to do it. So like, I'm immensely proud of the fact that I done this. But yeah, back to the crowd. So we're like, so I'm 4 hours 15, 4 hours 10 or whatever at this stage into the run, and I'm looking. So they're like, the elite started an hour before us, and some with the wheelchair stuff. But the crowds were still like at this. Now the crowds were deep, were like, you could all the way through. But near the end, like coming into the last 2k, you're looking at the sidewalks, the paths and stuff, and they're 4 or 5 people deep just cheering you. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, you guys are, like, some of you could be here 5.5 hours, 5 hours, 4 plus hours, like. And you could start to see people then trying to walk through them, but they couldn't because there was just so many people. So yeah, I just like I ended up you come around the corner about 600 meters to go, and then you take the last. You go right and then you take a left. I think it is up onto Roosevelt Mountain, and it's a hill. Like it's nothing major. But I hear my name being called, and I look over at the friend, my mate that I'd met. Now, to be fair to Dave, he was like I bumped him. He 3 other times on the course. He cheered me on, and Kerrie cheered me on to 4 miles, and then sort of went back, and then was meeting me at the end, and it was like amazing to see like to get that cheer on. And he then the last sort of kilometre and a half there, and I was going and I was in a pain cave. I'll show you I'll put up photos like of it, and it was just I was like just finished, and I was wrecked. So then you go over Roosevelt Mountain, Mount Roosevelt they call it, up Roosevelt Road or Drive or whatever it is in the park, and you come around the last left actually. Sorry, yeah. So it was a right. It was a right. Yeah. So you go right. Sorry, you take the last right and end up on the Mount Roosevelt, and then you take a left, and Kerrie and her mum and sister had you get these spectators tickets for the finish. So I knew they were there, but I was starting to think, oh, shit, I hope they're still there because I think you were only allocated an hour, or you had to pick your hour. So I was a bit nervous that they weren't there. But anyway, so I looked and there was no one really in the scene. I was like, oh, right, fair enough. Maybe they're further on. And I look off into the distance and I see Kerrie had bought this Under Armour, like sort of winter, like a woolly hat, like, and it was like a pink. She goes, I'll be wearing the hat, keep an eye out for the hat. And then sure I see her and the hat's waving up in the air, and I was like, oh, there she is. So I was sort of on the left hand side of the road and they were on the right. So I sort of made a beeline to go over him, and I started to get quite emotional then. And I looked up the clock and I was like 4:14, and I was like, do I put the hammer down to try and get under 4:15? And I was like, no, Andy, just finish, go over to Kerrie. But she was like, no, finish, just she waved me on, and I was like, oh, okay. So I waved at them and went under, and I finished, and well, yeah, there's a, to be fair to a local NBC Channel 5, they had camera there for finishing, and you have it in an hour blocks, and you can see me finish. So I didn't know there was a camera where it was, and yeah, I got emotional again. It was 3 or 4 times in the course where I had a little cry to myself, because it was like the whole thing, the whole build up, everything. Just the last nearly 2 years, it culminated, could come up to this, and yeah, what an experience! Like, it was unbelievable, like unbelievable. I like the crowds, the support, everything was just amazing. Like I was hoping for 3 hours 50. That's what I'd started in my head. I've been training for all along, but I got 4:50 and 37. I'm really happy with that. Like I left everything out there. Like there's nothing I could do no more. I could give no more. Like I was like, if I had more to give, and I probably would have been a bit frustrated that I didn't do better. But I'd done everything I could do. I just, yeah, it gave it, like, it wasn't to be. Like, I suppose the stomach, the leg is what it is. But I still finished and completed my first marathon in 4 hours 15. And that was amazing. Like, then you got, yeah, so then I suppose you pick up your medal, then you get given a bag. I was like, what am I getting a bag for? Like a little, like it's like a compostable bag. And you get your bars, your water, your bananas, everything given to you. And then you get your finishing beer to have up here. I'll get it now. I like that. Sorry now. So at this stage, my stomach is still in bits. Like, I'd sort of like, I'm like 37, 38k. I forced the gel in. Like, as I gone. I skipped a bit of, skipped because the stomach wasn't there. I was like, no, I'll skip a gel. And I was like, no, I need one. And I forced it down. And now that was nearly, but I was okay. So then you get your your bar, you get a Cliff bar, you get all sorts of like bars and bananas and stuff as you do, and then you get your finishing beer, Goose Island. It's cool. It's cool. Little, I don't know, so you got a little 312 thing on it. 312 wheat ale. No, like I got handed it and I was like, and they opened it there and then. I was like, can I have a non-open one? They're like, no, we have to open. I was like, oh, okay, fair enough. Somebody was still in bits. And I was like, him and Hannah, and I hadn't drank a beer in 4 or 5 months at this stage. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. So I said, sláinte it, cheers to one of the guys, and I had a sup out of it, and I was like, oh, maybe this is what I needed all along. So I ended up finishing the beer, meeting back up then, like you sort of go through, like it is a bit of a walk to the park to meet up with your friends and family and stuff. That was the only thing that I found frustrating at the very, like this, and it's more, I suppose people want to meet back up with their family that finished or their partners or whoever, but where the runners joined back into the park with like their family, the gate, people were trying to get through like the gate where they couldn't, it was runners only, and like there were just hundreds of people congregated around, and you're like going, lads, if you all fucked off back into the park, we'd all get out a lot quicker and get to you. They were just being real impatient. You're like, lads, just go over there, meet wherever you're meet. So we had Sam Kerrie gone, right, we'll meet at B. So we went and I went and it was AB. So we went and there they were, sure enough. So we hung around the park a little bit, got a few photos and done all that, and then just sort of, yeah, went home, got the L back to the hotel. I was a bit limpy. There's definitely a toenail there going to exit the building now in the next couple of days, I'd say. It's had enough of life. Yeah, there's a bone, there's something not right in the foot, and then the knee, the right knee, that's never given me an issue before. That's actually started to play up in the last couple of days. So I have physio on Tuesday. I went for one run since I've been back, a 10k easy run, and I've just been out walking, trying to take it easy. But yeah, like, what an experience. I've been waffling on now for 45 minutes. Sorry, I'm just looking in the mirror here. Yeah, sorry, what a waffle. Is it 40? Jeez, that's some waffling out of me. But yeah, like, unbelievable. Like, it was a privilege to run Chicago for my first marathon. Like, I don't know if I'll ever top it ever again. Like, I have a ticket for Dublin in 2 weeks' time. I'll see. I'll go to physio on Tuesday and see what the crack is. I'm still up in the air about doing Dublin. I'd like to give Dublin a go, but it'll be just tipping on. Like, it'd be nothing fancy. It'd be like, I don't even know if I'll give myself a time and just go out and run it and enjoy it. But yeah, I go back to Chicago as a tourist to visit. Like, not that I wasn't a tourist, but just to go visit again tomorrow. It's great, lovely city. The people of Chicago, unbelievable. And then we were really quickly, because I know I'm all over the shop. Like, the next day we went to Under Armour. Oh, here's the medal actually. Let me see now if I do this right. So yeah, so that's my medal. And it has my time engraved in it. Let's turn it that way. So yeah, I don't know if you can actually see that. I can get the light on it, but yeah, there it is there. So Under Armour were doing free engraving. So we went to Under Armour. It took about an hour, to be fair. It took about 40 minutes. There's a queue outside the shop. It took about 40 minutes to get into the shop. So once you get into the shop, then it was about 20 minutes wait then for the actual engraving to be done, which was grand. So a little wander around. They were doing customised finisher t-shirts, but at this stage I was like, I've bought enough Chicago merch. I've like loads of it. I ended up buying another Nike finishing top. And everyone was wearing a medal, and like, you're walking around, like, I didn't wear my medal going out the next day, and then everyone was like, oh. So after I got engraved, I put it on, and everyone, like, randomers, oh, congratulations, like, oh, thanks. Like, people, like, you don't know who they were, or they don't know who you were, just saying congratulations, which is really nice. One guy I was chatting to in the queue, actually, he was asking me, do I know what font this is for that Polish guy. I think I ended up like trying to find him on the app, like the tracker, and I think I found him. He was saying, oh, how'd you get on? I was telling him what happened to me, and he goes, oh yeah, I didn't have the day I wanted to eat. And I was like, oh, how did you get on? Oh, it's 2 hours 27. I was like, what? 2 hours 27, you didn't have the day on. He's like, yeah, he was running with the elite women. I was like, Jesus, fuck, fair play to you, like, that's some pace. He goes, yeah, I was hoping for 2 hours 25. And I was like, what the fuck? Lovely guy, but it just shows you, like, everyone is there with their own time and their own thing to be. No one's there. It's weird that not like anyone I bumped into, like, or chatting to throughout the week or whatever, nobody was there to beat someone else or to be this or that. They were all there to beat a time they had set themselves. And that was it. It was just very personal. Yes, there was 40. I think there was 40,000 people completed. Yes, there was 40,000 people running this whole thing, running the marathon together. But nobody was like, oh well, you know, Kipton broke the record, the world record. So Kipton. So apologies for butchering the young man's name, but like, yeah, he was there to break a world record or whatever. But that was it. I was there to break a time. I didn't break it. Marcus, that gentleman I'd met just queuing in Under Armour, got chatting to. He was there to break a time. He didn't get it. But like, the point is that everyone was there to break their own time, and it was against your. It's personal, but it's a personal challenge. But you get the honor of doing it with 40 other thousand people, which is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah, that was a long one. That was a long one. You need a nap after that one. Yeah, so that's it. That's Chicago. Done. Dusted. That's it. Oh, here's me little 5k medal as well. I get a nice 5k medal. Lovely beanie, actually. That's the 5k medal. Here's Buddy. Buddy's in to say hello. You heard him tum tum. There he is up there. Up. Up. Yeah. There he is. A belly rub. Good boy. No, it's not. Another hour. So yeah, on that note, on that interruption, thank you everyone that's liked, subscribed, commented, watched. I really appreciate it. Dublin, maybe next. I did the next day actually sign up for Berlin. So we find out if I get a place in the lottery for Berlin in December. That'd be cool. That's another major. But the plan is I'd love to do all 6 majors. And that's the dream at the minute. Before Buddy really loses his shit here, I just want to really thank Kerrie. Like, without her, I wouldn't have been able to do it. Like, she was just rock star. Like, unbelievable. Like, just like when we got to Chicago, she just took over. Like, head logistics, she took over everything. And I mean that in like, she took over, but like, she just looked after everything for me. And it was just, yeah. Thank you, Kerrie. I love you. I know I've had the last 2 years of just running and stuff like that. I don't know what way to put it, but like, you've indulged my fucking getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning to go running and this, that and the other, and put up with me. And I love you and I appreciate everything you do for us, me and Buddy, as he yawns at me here, wags his tail. But yeah, thank you. And yeah, I don't have the words to tell you how much I appreciate it. All of it. Everything you've done, like making sure the food, the fueling, everything. Just, yeah. Love you. Thank you. Yeah, sorry, that got a bit at the end there, but yeah, wasn't expecting that to go that way. But yeah, anyway, I'll go. I've waffled on for long enough. Thank you, everyone. I'll talk to you soon. And yeah, probably be back at it next week. We'll see. Physio Tuesday, see how that goes. I probably need to get a scan on my foot, get my knee sorted. But we'll go again. Thank you all. Appreciate it. And yeah, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.